My name is Alfonso Valencia. I'm the director of the Life Science Department of the Barcelona Supercomputing Center and ICREA professor in the Catalan system. The Barcelona Supercomputing Center is a pretty large infrastructure. We host a very large computer, obviously, one of the largest ones in Europe, and at the same time we are a research center. My own department, we try to solve with computational methods, high-performance computing, large data set, problems in biomedicine that range from genomics to imaging to medical data in a variety of medical scenarios, trying to combine basic research with applications, in many cases, in very direct collaboration with hospitals and health systems. We always talk about we have so much data. It's true, we have more data than ever, but at the same time we know that we don't have all the data that we need, and particularly we don't have access to all the data that we need. Now in Europe we are on the way of having a competitive computational capacity to have real power. Then there is artificial intelligence in the middle of all that. This is a revolution, more in biomedicine and biology than in any other area probably. We have the capacity to do incredible things, and we are doing incredible things without forgetting that there are constraints and limitations and dangers. To keep an equilibrium, to do things in a trustable framework that in biomedicine is obviously needed, we are implementing systems that control what we do at different levels: scientific level, legal level, ethical level, and technical level. In biology, in biomedicine, we need mechanistic knowledge. We need to understand why things happen for scientific reasons, but we also need this in practice. We need to know what is the target for a given drug. We need how these things work, and we will be safer and more clear if we, in an indication for a patient, if we understand the reasons of the disease in molecular terms and how these things happen. And at the end of the day, we need drugs to treat diseases. Developing drugs is a challenge. There is a lot of opportunities. The more we know the biology, to understand that the number of biological processes has a limit, and drugs that has been working for one disease in one pathway can equally work in the same pathway for another disease. So this full idea of repositioning drugs from one indication to another indication is extremely powerful, but we need more knowledge to be able to do this in a more effective way. The dream is that a scientist in the lab, he or she can ask, I want to have this virtual cohort of patients with this characteristic, has been taking this drug, and they are in this disease state, and they have these genomic characteristics, and then this query will go away and ask in different places, and this place will say, yes, I have the data. You will still have to pass an ethical committee that will approve that, and then you can do the analysis in the places without moving the data. Not surprisingly, this is technically possible. So I think right now it is more a question of stabilizing technologies, investing in maintaining them and making them accessible, than a question of not being able to do it. The next problem obviously is going to be, is the data compatible? And at the end we solve problem one, and problem two will be, go to a hospital and ask if the medical records are in a format that can be interoperable syntactically and semantically with other ones, and this will represent a huge problem for many hospitals or health systems and will require a lot of investments. I have a positive view. We can do a lot of things for the technical side, but also I will have to have critical comments about the technical and legal limitations of many of these things. At the end, the problems are real problems. Treating diseases with real people, providing solutions requires a full technical development, a full scientific development, and then an implementation. In the global picture, I worry about something is about losing the moment on the scientific side, moving too much to the technology side in these areas I'm talking about. There are more people developing technology and models that may be thinking about scientific questions and applications. So from my point of view, the key scientific challenge of our time is to be able to combine this mechanistic understanding with the technology of artificial intelligence.